Hello everyone. So today is a new day and it's time for a new video. The last time I did a video about alcohol and this time it's going to be about coffee. And I know this video might not make me really popular with all those coffee drinkers. But then again, life is not really a popularity contest. I just posted this video to share information that helped me and maybe can benefit others. Because there might be other people that not getting the health results they want, results that are, let's say, less than excellent. And I think a big part of life is about becoming the best version of yourself and helping others to rise up along the way. So like I said in my previous video, this might not relate to everyone, but it will relate to someone. And you know for yourself where you are at on the coffee scale. Maybe you drink once in a while a coffee, or you are a full-blown coffee drinker like I was, drinking all day long coffee. And maybe you just have, regular coffees, or you have these fancy double shot frappe, latte, macchiato, cappuccino, or whatever fancy name it is. It's still drinking this health-destroying substance called caffeine. And I also want to point out in this video that it's not just about giving out that coffee is bad for you. It's about what can make life better for you. Whether it serves something serves you well or not. Especially in these current times, the world is going crazy and things are changing rapidly. So now is a good time to review your own habits and what does it really mean to be happy, healthy and wealthy for yourself, others in the world. So it's a good time to rethink your habits and the old paradigms that you might still be holding on to. Because many ideas that we have picked up throughout life and we have just accepted, we have never really questioned if it's really good for us, if it helps us live an optimal life or not. Because do we really know what is optimal living? But now, let me interrupt you for a while, because some people might not want to hear anything bad about their precious coffee. It might upset their current beliefs, or it might burst your happy coffee bubble you're in at the moment. So for those people, you can switch off now. That's fine with me. I'll wait. Okay. If you're still here, that's great. Then we can continue. But now, first a short story. Just the other day, it was a beautiful Sunday afternoon. I went out on my bike for a ride. And then I passed this little coffee shop. And it was amazing. It was this massive queue of people outside waiting to get their coffee. And then there were loads of other people walking around, all holding this paper cup of coffee in their hand. I was thinking, why? It was like I was the only one not drinking coffee there. I was thinking, why? Because coffee doesn't really give you any nutritional value. It doesn't actually really quench your thirst. It rather makes you lose more body liquid. It dehydrates you and acidifies your body. So I was thinking, why? And the main thing is actually, it gives you a temporary change of feeling. And that makes me think again, why were you not feeling good before you needed a coffee? So you thought you get a coffee so you might feel better. Why were you not feeling good in the first place? Or is it because, the brain loves a ritual? Is to get in the whole ritual of coffee drinking. But you can change your rituals to do something that serves your health better. And by the way, I don't drink coffee anymore because I don't need it. And now I feel just good naturally all the way, just all the time, just the way I am. We don't need coffee. So let's look deeper into what coffee actually is and what it does. First of all, coffee is a psychoactive drug. It's the most popular drug in the world, actually. Same like, we have alcohol, smoking, cannabis, amphetamines, cocaine, heroin. Well, caffeine is also in the same group of psychoactive drugs. And then, apart from it being an addictive drug, it's also a major underlying factor for many diseases because it dehydrates and acidifies the cells deep in your body. And the caffeine puts your body in a perpetual state of stress. It takes you out of heal and repair and puts you in a constant state of fight or flight. And then your body, it's not healing, it's put the blood flow into your legs and your arms like as if you have to run, when you're in stress. It's not healing your organs as it's supposed to be if you're constantly stressed, and it will wear you down. And if you're a coffee drinker, it also puts you in a state of being a bit restless, and you only get that calm again when you give in to the coffee craving itself. So when you get that black liquid, you think, oh, the relief, so good, you know, I needed that. Well, the more you need something, the more you should start questioning it. And drinking coffee is a learned behavior. You have been conditioned to drink and like coffee. Because do you remember the very first time you ever tasted coffee? Maybe you were still a little kid and you tried to taste it. I'm sure your body had an adverse reaction because of the bitter taste. And your body intelligence knows that caffeine is designed by nature to kill. Because the coffee plant, it produces caffeine to kill off insects that try to eat the leaves. And it even kills other types of plants growing around it, so it will have more space for itself to grow bigger. It's a natural killer. And by the way, the coffee plant is still one of the most heavily sprayed crops with chemical pesticides, which you then drink. And yeah, let's focus on the drinking coffee again. When you started drinking coffee, you notice that everybody in your environment is drinking it. You know, it's on TV, it's in the media, like every street in the city center has a coffee shop somewhere. It's culturally accepted. So you were thinking, if everybody's doing it, it must be good for you, right? Wrong. Because everybody's doing it and it's culturally accepted doesn't mean it serves you well. Same like with drinking alcohol and smoking cigarettes. And yes, the caffeine seems to give you the little boost of alertness and creates a temporary energy high, but the energy does not actually come from the coffee. It comes from your own energy reserves. The caffeine only creates a chemically induced stress reaction which releases more energy. Same like you would suddenly get energized if a wild animal starts chasing you and it's called stress. That's it. So by entering the poison caffeine into your body, it triggers an energy stress reaction. It uses your own energy reserves and depletes them over time. So in the long term, you need more and more of an external trigger again to keep up your energy balance. And in the long term, coffee doesn't give you anything. It will only take away from you. It will create a self-created addictive pattern that slowly eats away at your health, your vitality, and the very spirit of who you are, just like any addiction. And after the energy high always comes the low, and they need a boost again. And, you know, over time the caffeine will just keep going up and down. It creates a pattern where, you know, a yo-yo effect, that's it. You go up and down and your energy cycle becomes unbalanced. Crazy stuff. So wouldn't it be nice to be free of the need to drink coffee, to be happy and healthy and free naturally? Now, let me tell you one more thing about the brain. First of all, the caffeine shuts down the oxygen flow to the brain for about 50%. It's crazy. And the brain needs oxygen. And another thing the caffeine does, it shuts down the prefrontal cortex, that part of the brain which allows you that calm, clear thinking for balanced strategic decision making and for envisioning and original thinking. In fact, that state of calm thinking that you want to get into when you crave for a cup of coffee, but you will never get into that frontal part of the brain again. Instead, the coffee or the caffeine puts you in the back of your brain, in that limbic or primal brain, where you're constantly in a state of fight, flight, and freeze, and where you don't really think things through. Your thoughts are not so structured as it would be in the prefrontal cortex. By the way, that reminds me of pictures I've seen online, you should look them up for fun, about spiders that have been fed caffeine. And then they made spider webs. Well, the spider webs are totally messed up. No structure, unstructured chaos. And because the caffeine has messed up those little spider brains. Same happens with your brain. So when you're drinking coffee, you're basically drinking liquid chaos. It's a self-sabotage of the greater you. And also think about it in this way. Most people are not actually addicted to substances like coffee, alcohol, smoking as such. They are probably addicted to mediocrity. Because taking those substances, it makes you less of who you are. It sabotages your greater self and your growth. So unconsciously, people are sabotaging themselves to be mediocre, to fit into the greater group, the majority. Is that really you? Or have you decided to become the greatest version of yourself, to do something about it? So perhaps It's time to redefine the concept of yourself, of your habits, and of the environment and society that we live in. And yeah, I could talk for hours about how alcohol or smoking or coffee or whatever the substances are out there do to yourself and how you sabotage yourself. But most people don't really want to listen, because they don't want to hear anything opposite to their current beliefs when it comes to their, like with coffee, their precious liquid. They want to hold onto it, they treasure it so much. And their mind is so focused on it. Well, maybe it's time to be open and willing to make a clear choice and decision to explore the greater truth of yourself and the possibilities of life. And for myself, when I gave up the coffee, I can tell you the relief I eventually got. You know, the calm, the inner balance I found again, a more balanced energy level. It's really wonderful. But you have to give it some time, you know. It just doesn't happen overnight. Maybe for some people it does, but give it some time. So my message is to be happy, healthy and free, to live life naturally and to be refreshed. So my suggestion is now that maybe you give up the coffee for a couple of days and see how dependent you actually have become to it. And then as a little tip, maybe drink non-caffeine herbal tea and put in a little bit of cayenne pepper into it. That gives it extra kick and fires up in the morning. So have a think about your habits, what you eat, drink and think, and why. And you know, you don't really need coffee. And once you're off the coffee and you look back, you think, what a madness was all that about, you know? Crazy stuff. Then you laugh it off. It's gone, it's in the past. So I think I've said all I want to say about coffee for now. And one more thing I wanted to point out is, please have a look at my website, niklasbeckman.com. There you will see links to my books for stop drinking or stop smoking, if you're interested in that. Or you can look at the section for coaching, which is specifically freedom from self-sabotage coaching, to help you to free yourself from patterns that might be blocking you or becoming who you truly are, the real authentic version of you. Basically, to transform self-sabotage into self-success. So, thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. And next time, I think I might do a video probably about the magic of water or the creative mindset. We'll see where my inspiration will take me. Going with the flow. So in the meantime, be happy, healthy and free naturally. Have a great day and be refreshed. Bye bye.